The bold and the beautiful spoilers reveal that this week will be a series of dramatic events revolving around Hope, Brooke, Ridge, Steffi, and especially Carter. Below are the detailed developments, carefully analyzed and expanded from many angles, promising to bring a tense, tragic, but also fascinating atmosphere to fans. Hope cries and Brooke's unexpected reaction at the beginning. The audience witnessed Hope falling into a state of despair. She rushed to the person she always trusted and loved the most, her mother, Brooke. Things became more complicated when Hope was facing two pains at the same time, losing her job at Forrester Creations, FC, and breaking up with her boyfriend in a humiliating scene. Normally, when her daughter was most miserable, Brooke would be her spiritual support, giving her words of comfort. However, this week, Brooke seemed to have changed her perspective. Brooke's opposite reaction instead of comforting. This time, Brooke did not reach out to hug her daughter like usual. Brooke's indifferent and even somewhat harsh attitude left Hope stunned. The reason behind, even though she is a loving mother, Brooke finds it difficult to ignore the mistakes that Hope has made. Brooke is torn between her love for her child and her awareness of what is happening to the company and her family. Hope loses her job and Ultimatum collides. With Ultimatum, the following events show that Hope encounters countless difficulties at FC. Not only is her reputation and ability humiliated, she is also forced to leave the company. Worse still, Hope believes that the only way to maintain her relationship with Carter is for both of them to leave FC. Hope's ultimatum. Hope insists that Carter must leave FC and go with her. She is sure that her lover will choose her instead of being loyal to Forrester Creations. Hope's request made many people feel that she was forcing Carter to choose between love and career. Ridge's ultimatum also set a condition. He warned Carter that if Carter chose Hope and left FC, all future cooperation with the Forrester family would be officially closed. Conflicts piled up. Ridge's ultimatum put Carter in a difficult position. He had to consider between his feelings for Hope and his loyalty to the Forrester family. When these two ultimatums collided, Carter fell into a stressful crossroads. Either give up everything to follow Hope, or accept staying at FC and losing his relationship with her. But according to what happened, it seemed that Carter could not satisfy Hope's wishes. Hope's double shame and loss. Hope always believed that she and Carter were a team. However, Carter's hesitation made Hope realize that that belief might have wavered. Not only did she face losing her job, which meant losing her position, she also lost the emotional support of her boyfriend. The tragedy in front of Steffi and Ridge. Hope was humiliated. In front of Steffi and Ridge, she completely lost points. When Carter did not go with her, did not publicly support Team Hope. Confidence collapsed. At this time, Hope gradually realized that she was no longer a star or a beloved fashion icon at FC. Instead, she was considered a troublemaker and had to pay the price. Brooke's change when she encountered Steffi. It didn't stop with Hope. Viewers also saw a conflicted Brooke. The mother-daughter conflict also becomes more apparent as Brooke loses the patience to cover for Hope. The tearful conversation between Hope and Brooke in a moment of hurt. Hope wanted her mother to complain about Carter not supporting her. The irony was that instead of standing up for Hope, this time Brooke got angry. The peak of the mother-daughter conflict is that Hope does not take responsibility. She continues to blame everyone, from Steffi, Ridge to FC, claiming that they have treated her unfairly. Brooke explodes. After many attempts to remind her, Brooke can no longer hold back. She angrily scolds her daughter, claiming that Hope must be responsible for what she did to FC. Instead of soothing her child, Brooke reveals great disappointment, causing Hope to be pushed into the abyss of despair. 6. Hope collapses under pressure and betrayal. When all doors seem to be closed, Hope falls into a state of crisis. She loses all faith, has no support to cling to. The pressure of being hated and betrayed by everyone in the way she sees it has pushed Hope to an extreme decision. decided to overdose on sleeping pills suicide attempt. Backed into a corner, Hope saw no way out. She locked herself in her cabin, choosing a tragic solution of taking a lot of sleeping pills. Immediate consequences. Due to the overdose, Hope stopped breathing shortly after. The pain and frustration she was enduring led her to end her life. Brooke discovered the truth too late in the tragic scene. Brooke ran to the cabin, hoping to still be able to advise or hold on to her daughter. But what awaited her was an unimaginable tragedy. Brooke's horrifying discovery. Brooke was shocked to see Hope lying on the floor, motionless and not breathing. Tormenting regret, Brooke collapsed when she realized her daughter was gone. She blamed herself for her coldness, for the harsh criticism she gave Hope when she was in dire need of love. Carter and the question of responsibility. Hope's death raises a series of questions. Is Carter, with his decisions and hesitations, partly responsible for Hope's mental breakdown? Unfinished love. Just before, Hope affirmed that Carter was her boyfriend, her teammate. But it was Carter's hesitation that created a feeling of betrayal for Hope. Guilt. Can Carter live peacefully knowing that Hope had sought death? Does he feel guilty for not choosing her, not accompanying her even a little longer? This question promises to continue to be explored more deeply in the following episodes, where guilt, regret, and responsibility can push the characters to new confrontations and breakdowns. The future of the Forrester and Brooke family. Hope's departure leaves a huge hole in the family. The feeling of loss not only torments Brooke, but also affects Ridge, Steffi, Eric, and even the staff at FC. It could also plunge FC into a new crisis of personnel and reputation. How will Brooke cope? Although Brooke initially appeared very tough, now she will have to struggle with endless regret and pain. Ridge's shock. As the head of FC, Ridge could not have expected the internal story of the company and personal feelings to lead to tragedy. He must find a way to steer the company while at the same time soothing the pain of his family. Hope's legacy. How will people remember Hope? The recent conflicts may have damaged her image, but in the end, the torment of a girl who longed for love, wanted to prove herself, and was caught up in the vortex of ambition is something that cannot be erased. Conclusion. This week's The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers paint a picture of extreme drama when Hope lost her job, had a broken relationship, and finally ended her life in a painful moment. Brooke's sudden change in reaction, Hope and Ridge's ultimatum, and Carter's choice to betray have pushed the young girl to a dead end that no one wanted. After this departure, the storm is certainly not over yet. Brooke and Ridge will have to face regret, Steffi must shoulder the responsibility of protecting the company, and Carter faces a struggle of guilt and loss. The story will certainly continue, leaving many questions about love, responsibility, and forgiveness that the audience will eagerly await in the next episodes.